In this video, I'll be showing you how to stop annoying AFK bans for just going to the bathroom or stuff like that. A quick note, don't get scared off by all of the code or programming stuff because you can follow through this whole video without having to type a single line of code. We're going to end up with a program that moves your mouse for you after 10 seconds of inactivity. Okay, the first step is to go download Python if you haven't already. To do this, go to python.org and click download. There should be an obvious download button in yellow. Once it's downloaded, click through the installer and then move on to step 2. Step 2. Open up the command prompt on Windows or terminal on Mac and copy paste the commands from GitHub to install the libraries we need. Enter them one at a time and press enter in between. Now we are done with that window, so you can close it out. Our next step is to download the Python script. Just before we do that though, I'm going to explain how it works. The part I'm going to focus on is this part that actually prevents AFK kicks. The rest of the code has to do with the GUI window that pops up. The first thing to note is that this has a loop that runs forever, so we have to have a sleep function in there to make sure that our code isn't using too many computing resources. After that, we check if the mouse movement code is enabled from the variable AFK enabled. This variable gets changed when you press the button on the window. Next, we have an if statement that checks if the mouse has moved since the last time this function ran. If it has, we update the variables for the time and position. On the other side, if the mouse hasn't moved, we check if the time since the last mouse movement is greater than 10 seconds. If it is, the mouse gets moved and the process restarts. The most important part of this program is the fact that this loop runs as a thread, which allows it to run alongside the window. You can check out the rest of the code yourself on the GitHub page, but let's move on to the download. Scroll to the top of the Python file and click on the raw button. Right-click and click Save As. Save it somewhere accessible like your desktop. Open this file with Python idle, which should have been installed on your computer when you installed Python. Then press F5 to run the program. This should open up two windows. One is the Python shell and the other is the anti-AFK window. Use the toggle button to turn on or off the anti-AFK feature. After 10 seconds of not moving the mouse, you can see it working. It should only move a little bit, but it should be enough to stop you from getting AFK kicked. For more content like this, make sure you like and subscribe.